Hello, everybody.
Hello.
And I'm joined by my Pisces twin for this reading. But please do remember, if you do not like what we say, how we say it, or why we say it, then please do feel free to click off this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. And so this is hopefully the start of a new little series of pick a cards I'm going to be doing here on my channel, which is basically, what male fictional character represents your soulmate. And so for this one in particular, the theme is A Court of Thorn and Roses. If you're not familiar with that book series or you haven't read it yet, I definitely recommend that you go and read it because there's some good spicy moments in the book series. Yeah. So we'll try to keep too many spoilers down, obviously, for this reading. But the main point of it is that in each one of the piles, there's going to be a different male character from that book that is representing kind of the qualities that your soulmate would also share, as well as additional information from tarot and other oracle cards that we'll get into. But we have 5 piles here today. For pile 1, we have the white calcite. For pile 2, we have the clear quartz points. For pile 3, we have howlite. For pile 4, we have the snakeskin agate. And for pile 5, we have the tourmaline quartz. So definitely do take as much time as you need. Meditate on the piles. Use a pendulum. Please do keep in mind that this is still a general reading, and so not every card, not every message may resonate for you personally or might be spread across more than one of these piles. I also want to mention, if you're curious to get a collective reading in regards to June, featuring both me and my Pisces twin, definitely do check out the Patreon link down below because we just posted that up.
Yeah.
And so some really interesting messages came up for June.
Definitely.
But with that said, let's go ahead and jump into your messages. All right, for those of you who picked pile 1 here with the, clear white calcite piece here, and this one, let's go ahead and see which A Court of Thorn and Roses male character is representing your soulmate here. And you guys who chose this pile have Reese.
Interesting. You put him as number 1.
It's not that I put him as number 1. I shuffled them around. He just came out as number 1. I mean,
well, he is
of course. So with Reese being here, so your soulmate could definitely be, he could come off as very arrogant.
Aries. He's an Aries.
And very sure of himself. Like he knows he has this air where he knows exactly just how attractive he is, how successful he is. And so he could kind of play that up. He could definitely be somebody who could throw around jokes, be very sarcastic sometimes. But he also has a darkness to his behavior, kind of the air of mystery, a lot of swagger, a lot of sensuality that could definitely come a lot with this persona. And along with that persona is like casual, like very much an ease and casualness to all of it.
He's very cocksure.
Yeah, exactly. There's almost like a dangerous vibe about him too. Like like he could definitely fuck somebody up.
But yeah,
majorly.
He has a vulnerability about him as well.
Yeah, because a lot of that initial stuff is really a mask that he wears. Underneath that, he's going to be a very kind and generous and humble person. The shameless flirt is definitely going to be part of that like outside persona, but deep down inside, he's extremely passionate, very loyal to the people around him and who he cares about. And he's willing to sacrifice anything for the people and the things that he truly cares about deeply. So that gives you kind of a rundown of the personality here. But let's go ahead and get some more details. Looking at the tarot. So for the tarot, we have the 8 of Pentacles.
Hardworking.
We have the Justice.
Oh, that is so him. Holy shit.
And we have the Keeper of Pentacles, which would be the equivalent of the Queen of Pentacles, actually. So definitely when it comes to him, Yeah,
But
yes.
This is the Queen of Pentacles is an extremely sensual, one of the most sensual of all the tarot court that there is. She is extremely sensual. She's wealthy. She knows how to use her wealth to her advantage. She is a patron of the arts. It's so him! Like, totally, like, he, very much like, the Queen of Pentacles energy is very, like, fertile, very abundant, and very, magnanimous, and totally helps people out and donates money for this or that or whatever.
And yes, and he's extremely hard worker because he's always working on his craft, building his legacy.
Very fair.
Yes. Oh, completely. And like understands the law of karma. They might even be somebody who works in the law system or in something that has to do with like building whether that's building a corporation or a company or literally like building or crafting with the hands. Let's see what else we also have to describe your soulmate here. So we also have Venus in Capricorn with convention.
That's my husband's Venus placement.
And we have Sun in Taurus with acquisition. So there you go again with that sensuality.
Yeah, absolutely sensuous person.
So with the Venus in the 10th, we have, when this card is chosen, it often indicates a romantic liaison with someone much older or younger. So obviously with you and your soulmate, there's definitely going to be an age difference, which again, talking about the story itself, yes, there is an age difference. A
big age difference.
A very big age difference. But the particular events here is a marriage or affair with a great age difference, a relationship with a famous or important person, a new friend of some influence. Exactly.
So this person is like up there in society. They're well known. They're very, recognizable in their field. I feel like they have a really nice home. They've got their shit together. They have assets. They have a portfolio. They're a fucking grown-ass man.
Yes.
Okay?
They could definitely live maybe in the city and or they have like an apartment in a city place that has like really large windows, because I'm just looking at the imagery here. Or maybe again that represents like the kind of building they work in has like very large like floor to ceiling windows, But with acquisition here, this is talking about, in a reading, this card shows a strong desire to achieve financial independence and often indicates the ability to amass a comfortable amount of money.
Yes, he is totally fucking filthy, stinking ass rich.
Yep. The danger when this card appears is that a natural love for life's pleasures will express itself in greed, over lavish behavior, and ostentation.
That sounds like Tamlin.
The card also indicates a need to hold on to possessions and may indicate a challenge to ownership. So the particular events here are those involving pleasure, artistic encouragement or expensive indulgence, resistance to change, a dispute over possessions, discovering of something of value, a win, gift or surprise, receipt of money. So they can even maybe work in a field that has to do a lot with other people's possessions or like real estate, finances, things like that. So let's also see what else comes up here. So we also have to describe, oh my God. We have the 10th house again. Wow. So they have a really strong and like prominent placement in their 10th house with reputation. Their reputation really matters to them. Career responsibilities, achievement, competence, fame, notoriety, standing, authority figures, legacy, purpose, pinnacle, the patriarchy, and empire. They're definitely working on growing their empire. If not, they've already established a little empire for themselves, for sure.
They are a go-getter. They're very ambitious, most definitely.
We also have here Chiron with healing. Oh, wow. Healing powers, growth, amends, release, personal development, inherited issues, self-doubt, generational trauma, shame, sensitivity, forgiveness, superpowers, divinity, cleansing, softness, and pain. So I definitely feel like privately, they can have moments where they can like have self-doubt or can kind of get caught up in their emotions, but they don't like to necessarily show that because again they have to have this persona and this mask that they wear because they're so prominent.
Right.
So sometimes they have trouble kind of finding a safe space to, and the right people to share that with. That's what they're very, very selective about who is in their circle, especially their inner circle.
Yep.
And then we got Neptune.
They're very dreamy.
With dreams. They could have very, obviously, striking eyes.
Yes, they're very dreamy looking.
So, imagination, memories, the subconscious, self-sacrifice, ideals, universal love, visions, meditation, spirituality, compassion, empathy, fantasies, escapism, the ether, enchantment, confusion, veils, and magic. They are definitely magical.
Yeah, magical in bed, too.
Let's see what else we have here as well. So, we also have warrior coming out for them. So
this is so fucking appropriate.
Strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego.
Amazing.
We also have bully with the light attributes of highlights your tendency to intimidate others. Helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. Yes. So they've had to overcome a lot of inner kind of self-criticism, self-doubt. And again, they're going to intimidate other people. They could even I
feel like they have like this gnarly ass stare where it is very intimidating. It's like they can, I feel like that they have like an inner bullshit meter where they can just look through people and be like, and they give them this look like, you are so full of shit. And then the person just like spills the fucking truth.
Well, because, and that's like...
Yeah, and they can just see through fucking people's garbage and see through their shit. And it's like, yeah, fuck you. It's like, there's something about the way they look at you and the way that they stare. It's like very sexy, but at the same time, it's kind of fucking scary.
Yeah, there's definitely an edge of like dangerous vibe that comes off of them, but they're really a big sweetie at heart.
Fuck it.
Then lastly, we have the saboteur. So highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. So I definitely feel like maybe in the past, especially when they were very young and they were just starting out, they could have they recognize that saboteur archetype within themselves, especially with the self-doubt and like the self-criticism, that they eventually, once they overcame that, is when they became super successful, and they can recognize that in other people. So that's why they always try to go for the truth, because they can see the truth in everybody in that bullshit meter thing. So it's like they try to help people to empower themselves, I feel like, as well. So going more into this, let's see what we have. We have for kind of some of their energy, we have the 6th chakra with Archangel Metatron, and we have the garden and the gates, and both of these came out upright.
I feel like this person, I mean, they definitely are one of these kind that, obviously their intuition is lit as fuck. I mean, if they have strong Neptune placement, of course they're going to freaking be like that. But that's why they're so successful, is they actually trust themselves and trust their intuition. With the garden and the gate, I feel like that they kind of have this, viewpoint on life where it's like, life can be pleasurable or it could be hell. It's up to fucking you, whether you choose to walk through that gate or fucking not. They kind of have that kind of an attitude where it's like, well, it's up to you, free will, motherfucker. That's kind of, they're very confident in that way. And I find this really interesting because we have card 30 and we have card 40. It's like, say what? All right, so with card 30 here, with the garden and the gate, this is about abundant prosperity and staying safe. This card shows a peaceful young woman in a beautifully blossoming garden with colorful flowers all around. However, the gate to the road outside the garden is locked, while the girl wears a key on a chain around her neck. This card upright bodes well for the financial scene. In fact, there may be a lot of money or other personal pleasures coming your way at this time, but be aware. The choice to stay in the seeming security of this lovely garden may actually be motivated by a habit or a fear of the unknown. The beauty is enticing and worth enjoying, but you may not be giving your spirit the freedom to roam. While it's fine to amass a great deal of wealth, don't let it keep you from the karmic path or from living your truth. You have the choice to shift your focus, widen your spiritual perspective, and gain the world that is just outside your gate. Like I said, it's like they don't let they are wealthy and they have a fuck ton of money and they're just well off, but they don't let that rule who they are, and that is exactly how he is.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. So then we have Archangel Metatron, which is, let me tell you, this is God's scribe right here. This is somebody who is way connected. He is a very powerful archangel. I work a lot with angelic energies, so I'm very familiar with this one. Excuse me while I take a sip of water. So for this one, clarity of thought, personal vision. This very powerful Archangel Metatron brings brilliant indigo vibrations to your brow chakra or third eye, which is the center devoted to insight and clear thought. When this card appears upright, it indicates a much greater clarity in your thought process and an expanded perspective towards broader horizons. Some new perceptions are taking hold, and the clouds of confusion are clearing. In some ways, this card could be a new beginning, for you're on the way to developing a deeper insight about what's going on in your life and why. Now is the time to focus on your personal vision. What do you want your life to look like in the years ahead? Create a clear picture of that and support it with your daily thoughts. The insight you need to create a vibrant life is available to you now.
So it's like not only do these energies represent them, but these are also energies that you guys, if you want to call in this soulmate faster, that you need to resonate with as well. So again, working on your third eye and also not, staying trapped in a comfortable place necessarily, needing to branch out and explore more, indulging a little bit more in exploration. So we also have here that came out, we have the Sage with be devoted and committed. So with this, you be willing to go the whole road and back again. This will allow you to be the best you can possibly be. So devotion is a powerful energy. Right now, angels and ancestors want to acknowledge how committed you are to your growth. Your continued dedication to this aspect of your life has been recognized, and your understanding that you are not only a body, but also a soul is all you need to continue growing and expanding. The energy of oneness is offering itself to you now, and it's important you take some time to integrate it all so that you can be supported and guided by it. This is what the divine wants for you. Make a note of experiences or teachers making themselves known to you at this time, because you are going to share those teachings one day too. So obviously, they are extremely devoted and committed to their path and to their craft, and also to, again, those people who really matter in their life. I also feel like they could potentially come into your life as like in the form of a teacher or somebody who is there to, give you some sort of guidance or insight.
Okay, and so we have Giraffe with Visionary. Rise above earthly matters, glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path, stand tall in your self-worth, and love with a big heart. So obviously this person is, I wouldn't be surprised if they're tall. Okay, first off, they could be very tall person. They are, again, this says rise above earthly matters. Like I said, they are very well off and they do very well for themselves and stuff like this, but they don't let that own them, okay? They're not, how do I want to say? Like one of these people who's bragging about their money all the time and shit like that. I think they're very chill about it. They keep it to themselves. It's like, while they know how to utilize it and work it to their advantage, it's like they're not all about like, well, I have to have the best. And they don't look their nose down at other people and stuff like this if they're not well off, They're not all up their ass that way. So, and they're very graceful with the way that they carry themselves, their gait. They have a very big, generous heart. I feel like they could be involved even with charities and things like this. And this says gentleness, grace, beauty, charm, higher perspective, vision, foresight, perception, mother's love, intuition. I feel like they very much are connected to their mom. They probably have a very good relationship with her and take care of her. That's part of what inspired them to be who they are, is the mom was like really supportive and, caring and, encouraged her son like hardcore to become this person that he is now, but never to forget where he comes from, because possibly this person could have come from a more humble kind of roots and beginnings to begin with.
Yeah, I had to work very hard to climb up and make.
And boy, did they ever! And they did it because they give a shit about their family and they love them very much.
And again, the people in their lives.
Yes. So giraffes are the tallest land mammals. They tower far above all others and stride with grace across the savanna. Their long, slender necks lift their sight, so they see life from a greater perspective. Giraffe often appears when we need to be reminded of just how grand we are and that we have the potential to rise above any challenge with grace. Giraffe people are encouraged to stretch themselves as far as they can go. If giraffe is your totem, you are a natural visionary with keen perception. You can see things that are coming long before others can. Third eye, remember? Giraffe people have strong bonds with their family and friends because giraffe mothers share a special protective love with their offspring. This is a meaningful totem for children and mothers. Giraffe is a very giving and often needs to set boundaries to avoid being misused. A unique giraffe trait is just how little sleep and water they need to maintain themselves in their lives. Oh my God, see? Hardworking. Exactly. They're a fucking major go-getter. This characteristic signifies their conservative use of resources. Giraffes have amazing stamina and are patient, silent, and wise, like the sage. Giraffe is an elegant power animal that bestows on you the gifts of friendship, grace, vision, and charm. So, there's a contrary to this card that asks questions, and I feel like this is definitely directed at you guys, and these are things you need to think about before you come into union with your soulmate. It says, do you stick your neck out too far? Have you lost your balance? Justice card. Do you need a higher perspective on a tough situation? Do you need to put yourself first and get more sleep and water? Reach for the truth from a greater perspective. So I feel like this is a big slap to you to take a good hard look at yourself. Where are you coming from? What are your priorities? What are you trying to achieve?
What are your goals?
What can you bring to this relationship? Okay? It's always, people seem to forget this. It's not about what the soulmate or the other person can give to you. It's what can you give to them? What can you give to the world? What talent and gifts do you want to bestow on others? Think about that. It's not always about you. It's about the other person as well.
Because
okay?
it's a partnership.
Exactly,
it's a relationship.
Exactly.
So getting into the romance cards here. So we got receiving gifts. So they could really like to receive gifts that are very thoughtful. But also I feel more so that they're going to be about gift giving to you. Because we also have, if you let me, I'll take care of you.
Yep.
So it's like, again, they really know how to take care of the people that matter in their lives.
Exactly.
But it's not just like, I wouldn't expect this person, like, again, they can definitely, afford lavish gifts and stuff, but don't expect that's how they're going to give to you.
No.
I feel like it's more about giving something of actual, like, value in the sense that it's enriching your life or it's helping you in some way,
or it's like something endearing.
Yeah, exactly. It's something heartfelt. It's not something about the price tag
like,
of
it's a Louis Vuitton bag or some fucking shallow ass shit like that. It's not like that, which I love my Louis Vuitton bags. Yes, they're great and all that. But, that's pretty, that's not what this person is about. Okay? They're not all about flash and, pompous and fucking, pomp and circumstance and all that kind of fucking shit. They're all about, giving from the heart.
Yes.
It has to be meaningful. If they're going to give a gift, there is definitely some kind of meaning behind it. It's not
and thoughtfulness and like having something that like maybe you talked about in the past and they remembered that detail
and, it was something
they show it.
Or you said a story about your childhood or a moment in your life that was so meaningful to you and it just changed your life or something. And then they're out one day and they actually see a trinket or a small little gift or something that legit is exactly kind of like what you described, or the feeling is attached to that, and then they go and they give that to you because that touched their heart hearing your story, and they know that it was so meaningful and it meant so much to you. So they it's like they're proving the fact that they're listening to you.
Yeah.
And they give a shit about what you say. To me, that is so much fucking more meaningful than some shallow ass fucking label thing or something like that. You know what I mean?
Just because it's expensive doesn't mean it's of value.
Yeah, it's like they're not the kind of person who buys people's love.
They don't need to.
They don't, yes. And it's more like you have to prove your love to them. It's like kind of, are you going to freaking, be their equal or not? That's what they want. They want somebody who is a partner not somebody who is trying to suck off them like a leech.
Oh, and they're going to be able to see through that kind of
because
bullshit.
I feel like they've definitely had people like this, and like bitches coming at them in the
bullies
past,
coming
a bunch
at
of
them.
thirsty ass hoe bags coming at them because they want their money, and they don't give a shit about freaking.
And also
what can you
people-
give me? What can you give me? I hate fucking that shit.
Yeah, or like people who try to sabotage them. It's like they can see through all of that shit because they've already been down that road. Because again, it really comes off that they're definitely more mature and older, and they've experienced more.
It's like I'm getting all mama bear about this. Like just thinking about it pisses me off. It's like I can't stand people like that who use people. It's disgusting.
So we also have here worth waiting for.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Divine timing is at work in your love life. You cannot rush this, and you also can't rush a relationship with this person. That's going to be a red flag to them.
Yep.
They're going to want to take their time. They know what divine timing is. And again, they want to see how things work out in particular. Because, I mean, we do have engagement here. So your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. It's like once they have, like, gotten to know you, feel you out, it's like, yes, they will know when it's like you are the one. We also have here attraction.
Oh, yeah.
So you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So they're very much about being in the moment when they're with you, and also just in their life in general.
I feel that this person is very much attracted to a woman who's very independent and sure of herself.
Yes.
And isn't, like I said, some needy ass. It's like, if you let me, I'll take care of you. Because I feel like this person, the perfect person for this man in particular, is somebody who does take care of themselves and who's like, no, I'll get it. And then you're like always trying to grab the check and stuff like this. But they're like, let me do it for a change, you know? Let them, I feel like, don't emasculate this guy by always having to be the one who's always, let this guy take care of you, because this is how they express their love. But like I said, they want an equal. It's not like they want somebody who sucks off them or anything like this. It's somebody who's, you know, they have to be a fucking shrink and a therapist to somebody all the goddamn time. That's not what they want. They want to be able to, they're attracted and they find it very sexy when a woman is comfortable in her own skin and she's very sure of herself and independent. But at the same time, he wants to also care for her and love her, and, you know, let her, like, if she's having a hard time, let this guy help you. Let him take care of you if you hit a rough patch, because that's where he shines, definitely.
And then lastly, our heart card here is friendship.
There you go.
Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. So obviously, this relationship, they're going to want to start off as friends because they want to really get to know you before they commit to something romantic. The attraction is there, don't get that wrong, but they're going to want to take their time because they just know the value in hard work and letting things come to fruition in the right timing, because they've literally experienced that their whole entire life. So
anyways, what an interesting, I'm very attracted to this. I don't know about you guys, but this is like dream man to me. Seriously, like this is my Eros placement so hard in my fucking chart. It's not even funny.
But with that said, that is everything we're seeing here in this pile. So again, if you want more exclusive pick a card content, the Pisces Twin podcast with that collective reading, personal readings, artwork, all kinds of extra goodies, definitely do check out the Patreon link down below. I also do want to mention that I am bringing back my Redbubble shop as well. There'll be a link to that as well, and I'll be uploading new things.
It's about damn time.
Periodically. But thank you all so much for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed this interesting reading. If you have any suggestions for like other, fandom themed, characters that you want in the future, definitely do leave those down below as well. And we will see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
All right, for those that chose pile 2 here, and yes, I'm joined by my Pisces twin if you hear more than one voice. So for those who picked pile 2 with the clear quartz points, the Cawthorn Rose's male character that represents your soulmate is Lucian.
Oh boy.
So, since you chose him, he is definitely a character that's known for being extremely clever. His masks was the fox.
Yeah, that's so funny.
He can be very sarcastic and witty, but he is definitely loyal to a fault. With him representing your particular soulmate, your soulmate could have definitely, in their younger years, kind of have some emotional scars that they carry with them.
Isn't he Autumn?
Yes.
Autumn Court.
Yep, Autumn Court.
So his birthday could be in autumn. They could be, Scorpio, Sagittarius, around there. Maybe a Libra,
But definitely, again, because of these kind of emotional scars, he can be a person that kind of covers up the anguish under a disguise of, a very bright and charismatic personality. He is definitely going to be a person who deeply cares about people and will not also, can be more affected by things on the inside than he lets on. So, kind of empathetic in a way, or again, more deeply wounded by things, but they're not necessarily showing it. Kind of hiding.
Sounds like Scorpio. Vulnerability.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely could be some struggles with vulnerability in some ways, but overall, a very kind of bright and charismatic person. So let's go ahead and get more details by looking at the tarot. So what we have for the tarot coming out here is we have the Knight of Wands.
Oh my God.
So they could definitely be foreign from you or from a foreign culture. We also have the Seven of Wands. They definitely know how to persevere and stand up for themselves.
They could be a martial artist.
We also have the Ace of Swords. So very good at communicating as well. They won't take any bullshit, too. There's a certain level to their bullshit meter when it comes to people that are not very close to them.
I feel like this person definitely has, like I said, it's funny, I saw this on, they could be a martial artist because, Seven of Wands is all about battle, preparing for it, blah, blah, blah. But the Ace of Swords, anything sword-like is always, could be, especially when it comes to careers and stuff, could be referencing law and order, military, it could, justice system, anything like this. Definitely anything where we're dealing with a lot of intellect too. And so I really feel like this person probably has some kind of training in this aspect underneath their belt. I honestly think that they come off as a really sweet, nice person, but they are a fucking badass. Seriously. They know, legit, I feel like this person is well-traveled. They've been around, but they've experienced some freaking gnarly-ass actual combat kind of
Yeah, they could have been in the military of some sort.
Yeah, that's what I said. So
we also have here representing them. We have Mars in Taurus with defense.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
And we have Venus in Libra with indecision.
This is a divinely timed relationship as well.
So with the Mars and Taurus, this is when this card is dealt in a reading, it shows a need to defend something the questioner values. And that's what the Seven of Wands. So it's when it comes to the things that they value and that is a part of their integrity and what they believe in, they will defend it to the end. So the particular events here are starting up a new business, playing the stock market, a quick business deal with a profit, a possession that makes a leap in that, guys. The camera decided to be funky. So what I was saying was, a quick business deal with a profit, a possession that makes a leap in value, beating a competitor. So definitely your soulmate here can be extremely competitive. Now jumping to the Venus in Libra here. It says, if this card is drawn, it suggests the questioner has come to a stage at which a decision is imperative. There has been much dithering back and forth over an important matter, and now the time has come to be firm and take the consequences. So they're not afraid to take responsibility for their actions. The events here are a large social gathering, a wedding, a difficult decision to make, a business partnership in the arts, an artist lover. Oh, spicy.
Nice.
So let's see what else we have here. So we also have the Sun with being. So, oh my God. Oh my God. That is so fucking funny. So this is going to be a fucking spoiler. So if you don't want to hear it, skip forward a little bit. But his actual father does have to do with the sun.
Oh, that's right. Oh my fucking God, I totally forgot.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God, I totally forgot.
Yep. Okay, anyway. So sun being essence, energy, self-awareness, life force, spirit, creativity, honor, masculinity, distinction, childishness, ego, individuality, solitude, expression, self-sufficiency, shine, heartbeat, and father. So yeah, their father is definitely going to be very prominent in their life in some way. Either they could be kind of like your, like in regards to your soulmate, they could be kind of like, you know, a bastard or whatever. You know, there could definitely be some daddy, baby daddy, you know, drama that has happened in the past. Not them, but like with their own family line and stuff. Maybe their mother got divorced and remarried, and who knows, something along those lines. Or it could just be that their relationship with their father is either very strained or it could be really good. It just depends on the individual situation, but that's just a prominent thing that's going to come up for sure. Also, I feel like they have a creative thumb here. They're definitely have an artistic talent of some sort. It doesn't necessarily mean it is their career, but they spend a lot of time in it, regardless, like in their spare time. We also have the first house.
Wow.
With the self. So physical body, outlook, self-image, life philosophy, consciousness, opinions, awakening, self-awareness, arrival, expression, gateway, and entry point. So yeah, they have focused a lot on themselves and like growing themselves, and also I feel like their physical body too. We then have Scorpio, the animal.
Yes.
So transformative, intense, passionate, secretive, carnal, thorough, obsessive, intimate, primal, lusty, deep, eternal, resourceful, mysterious, regenerative, compulsive, destructive, and manipulative. So yeah, they're definitely, especially when it comes to their sexual side, which this reading is not really focusing on that very much. I mean, if you want a sexual reading version of this one, definitely do let me know. I would put it on my Patreon. But, yeah, they could definitely be very primal and lusty.
And they probably have tattoos somewhere on their body.
There's definitely some form of body modification that they have done.
Yep.
In some area, in some way. So, next up, we have Addict. So attributes of helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. So they could have definitely had something maybe in their family where somebody was maybe an addict, or they just witnessed that kind of growing up. That could be kind of a part of like the emotional scars that they...
I mean, look at what's happening here. There's like ocean wave and they're pushing the waves back. So, yeah.
We also have the Don Juan spotlight your positive, seductive qualities. They could be very, very seductive. They could definitely have that kind of that lady man's quality. And yes, they have some sort of artistic talent. Maybe they're musical in some way, or they're a good dancer. Who knows?
Often warriors in ancient times and stuff, the best warriors, like it legit, like, you know, in social settings, like the best dancers were often the best warriors as well. It's like, you know, they were definitely judged on how well they could dance, not just how well they could beat ass. You know what I mean? On the battlefield, it's like that was like another aspect of it too. So I'm not surprised if they are really good on their feet and they can dance. I feel like that they have, they know how to work it. Okay, like especially we're talking, you know. We're not doing a sexual reading here, but it's like I feel like they really know how to work their lower body.
And yes, they either have some sort of like body modification or tattooing, or they could have like a beauty mark on their face of some sort. God. And lastly, we also have the martyr, with learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. So yeah, they could definitely, and it's interesting what the shadow attribute there is, because it's addiction to self-pity. So I feel like they've had to deal with that a little bit, and they can sometimes get into it when it's like, yeah, because they're not always the best at showing what emotionally is happening with them inside, that they can just kind of keep it to themselves and kind of have a self-pity party. And maybe sometimes you kind of have to slap your soulmate around to be like, hey, bitch, tell me what's wrong, kind of thing. And
because maybe they're just like, they felt like they could never open up with their own family because maybe they were misunderstood.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So next up, we have Rest and Rejuvenation, card 19, but it came out in the reverse. So this particular card, it can represent part of their energy, but also something that you guys energetically need to work on in order to get to your soulmate.
So this is reversed, it says, when the Rest card is reversed, it can portend a time of bustling activity and seemingly unending business. You may be required to take more action concerning a project or a situation. Allow yourself to do what is needed, but always remember to schedule some leisure time for yourself. When you hurry through life without a break, it fragments your energy and creates an abrasive life force, causing potential frustration in all sorts of ways. Be careful not to let endless tasks take you away from yourself. The have-to items on your list may be calling you, but this card reversed is telling you, take the time to meditate, rest, and relax.
So I feel like your soulmate can struggle to relax sometimes because they're always
on point.
Yeah, they're always working. They're always striving for something. They have a lot of energy about them, definitely with like so much wands
How very
here.
Mars and Scorpio. And Mars, by the way, was the original ruler for Scorpio.
And it's also really interesting with our next card here. We have the Shield Maiden.
Oh my God.
With make plans and focus. So yeah, that warrior aspect is definitely really strong with them. So
this is what I feel like they're attracted to as well.
So have a plan or strategy in place before moving forward. So take some time to assess what your next steps will be. All great warriors have a plan. You are a sensitive being, and if you are not prepared for the task you are taking on, you could end up feeling exposed and helpless. The ancestor guidance that is coming to you now is a reminder that you have a warrior's heart and that you have it within you to be more prepared and focused than you have been recently. So have a strategy in place and let your guides support you as you move forward.
Wow.
Exactly. So yeah, they definitely have a warrior spirit, and yes, they are very attracted to somebody who is very focused, who is good at making a plan. And then next up, we have Bison with abundance. So, sacred buffalo, cloak me in your wisdom, keep me warm through the storms of life, fill my life with goodness, teach me the way of gratitude and prayer.
So, North American bison, often called buffalo, was the ruler of the American plains. Bison represented the abundant life, the will to survive, and the ability to adapt. Native Americans relied on them for blessings of ample food, shelter, and warmth. They considered all bison sacred. If bison comes to you, it signifies that you are walking in harmony with Mother Earth. Call upon buffalo for guidance, and you will feel a great force rising within you. You can align with a surge from nature that will empower you. The white buffalo was the most sacred of all. She brought the peace pipe and visible prayer to the people. If you are a bison person, you will feel called to connect to the Great Spirit in prayer. From this deeper place, all blessings and gifts will flow. Bison invites you to discover your own sacred way, create your own ceremonies, and write your own prayers. The great mystery is right beside you. Just open the door and walk through. White buffalo is waiting. So, the contrary that this card is asking you guys is, have you forgotten to be thankful for all your blessings? Have you lost connection to Earth? Have you forgotten how to pray and connect to the Great Spirit? And be grateful, return to prayer. So I feel like these are things that you need to do in order to help balance out your energy to bring this relationship into fruition.
So moving into our love cards here. So we have Pragma, which this represents practical love, enduring love, mature, reason, and duty. They're very much about that duty aspect. It's like if they need to get something done, they're going to do everything. They're very dedicated in that way. I definitely feel like when it comes to how they love, they're very devoted. Yeah, exactly. It's going to literally, when they really fall in love with somebody, it's going to last them their whole entire life. It's never going to quite go away. But again, they are very practical and about this is the way, I feel like this should be done. They don't skimp on the romance though. They're going to do it in the correct way. So we also have, I'm still healing. So, and I think part of this that's coming up is that we have literally healing family issues.
Yep.
Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So they're still... Yeah, they went through some shit in their younger years where they're still working on it. They're still healing. So you're going to have to be very patient with them when it comes to that. Like, especially if you guys are a group where it's like, oh, yeah, I want, you obviously you want to be with your soulmate. And, like, I want to have children. I want to start a family. I feel like this person will be kind of hesitant to jump onto the baby making train because they're still working on healing some of their issues with their family and their parents, and they're kind of, I feel like in some ways they could be worried about being like their father,
I think
or
that
repeating the
people
same mistakes.
Who think that though need to realize you have fucking free will and a choice to not be like that. Why do people think that they're doomed, to repeat? If they don't want to, they don't have to.
Oh, look, again, addiction to self-pity.
Yeah, exactly. So, stop it, you bitch.
Yeah, they treat themselves as the martyr. I feel like they're kind of like punishing themselves for their father's sins when they're not their sins.
Yeah, they're holding on to guilt.
Mm-hmm. But we also do have new love here. So a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So this is definitely somebody that you've never known before. And lastly, for your heart card here, we have wait. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course.
Very interesting.
So yeah, I feel like there's definitely some time needed.
I feel like, yes, they have boo-boos, internally, but this person is so loving, so sweet, so caring, but I think they actually scare themselves sometimes. Maybe that's why they got into what they did, so that they could be empowered that way.
And disciplined, because maybe they're afraid of something like this, because maybe this is something that, again, runs in their family, or maybe they saw close friends go through this, and it's like they don't want to fall into that themselves. So that's why they've been so disciplined. I feel like discipline is a big thing with them. So, with that said, I think that is everything we're seeing here in your card. So, if you enjoyed this, if it resonated, please do leave a like. If you have any other suggestions for other fictional characters that you would like as a topic for a future Pick a Card, definitely do leave those suggestions down below. If you're also interested in collective readings with me and my twin, and also more podcasts with me and my twin, all of that is going to be linked through Patreon, and you get access to all kinds of other fun things through Patreon. And I do want to lastly mention that I am reopening my Redbubble shop, so I'll be working on uploading some new things there. So if you guys are interested in any of that, check out all of my links in the description. So,
bye-bye.
We'll see you in the next one. For those that picked pile 3 here, please do remember I am joined by my Pisces twin for this reading. And so for those that chose the Howlite piece, for the A Court of Thorn and Roses male character that represents your soulmate here, we have Cassian.
Oh, jeez.
So with Cassian coming in here, represent you. So he can definitely, your soulmate could have some insecurities and kind of some shyness sometimes, but
shy him.
But yes, it's hidden behind a very playful facade. He's
a rough and tumble kind of guy.
Yeah, definitely. It can definitely, like, a commander that's rough around the edges but very sincere is definitely the archetype here with Cassian.
He's yoked, you guys. He's got like fucking nice rack. He is built.
And he's a very good warrior. And he's definitely very flirtatious as well. Really good with like sarcasm and joking around. He's got a very good sense of humor. Also, but he does have a very deep longing for, belonging and a bond, like finding that soulmate. Not only are you looking for that soulmate bond, but he's also going to be looking for that and really craving like a love romance. It could even be that there's somebody in his life, whether it's his parents or a close friend or maybe like a sibling, where it's like they have like that sibling or whoever that person has a really amazing relationship, and he has always looked up to that and like looked at that and been like, that is what I want to for myself. So definitely a romantic, but it's like you wouldn't necessarily expect them to be such a romantic. It's very hidden over, very showy, kind of like, oh yeah, I'm the life of the party kind of person. So let's go ahead and get more detail here using the tarot and some other oracle cards. You guys
I think he likes to be dominated.
He
does.
Yeah, a strong,
He
fierce kind of
likes
woman.
that. He does.
And a challenge.
Yep.
So, getting into here, we have the Knight of Cups. We also have the Hermit. And we have the Moon card. Wow. It's a very interesting combination here. So they're very they do definitely dive deeper emotionally. They're
a very spiritual person.
Yeah, and they have a deeper emotional part of themselves, especially with the Knight of Cups.
They are very Casanova-like too. I mean,
yes.
That's that Knight of Cups. They're probably very good lyrically. They could have a really nice singing voice. They are very good with words. They know how to say the right thing at the right time. They are good at seduction. They know how to talk your panties off, basically. And I think intuitively, they just know how to work it, you know, like, because they're very intuitive in that they can pick up on your moods, your body language, and everything else. So they just know what to do and how to work it, how to touch you, how to, you know, soothe you, whatever. They just know.
Yes. And again, I get that deep sense of longing where it's like they really are at a point right now in their life where it's like they really want to find their other half, that person that completes them.
They are a freak in the sheets too. Seriously, because look, we have Pisces and we have Virgo here. This is actually Pisces energy too.
Yeah, they're definitely freaky.
Oh my God, yes. So
let's see what else that you guys got for this pile. A lot of additional cards too. So we have Jupiter in Virgo.
Jesus.
With the 6th house, with patience. We also have Saturn in Scorpio with inheritance.
This is so freaking Virgo and water sign energy, so hard.
We also have Mercury in Sagittarius with discovery.
They're from a different freaking place than you too, probably.
And we have Sun in Scorpio with endurance.
Oh my God.
There you go. A lot of Scorpio 8th house energy coming through. So let's start with that Sun in Scorpio. So, when this card is selected, it indicates a compulsive curiosity in the deeper mysteries of life and an interest in self-improvement through strength of will. Often the card draws attention to a period in which a great challenge must be met with equal tenacity. Some dealings with taxes, legal matters, or the handling of the finances of other people will also be prominent. So the events here are situations requiring extreme effort or self-control, those involving propaganda or persuasion, power seeking, an obsessive cause or interest, making a drastic life change. And also your soulmate, they're going to be a very good teacher as well. They're going to know how to guide and give encouragement to others. They definitely are very good as a leader. So next up, let's jump to our Mercury card here with Sagittarius energy. So this is, when this card is drawn in a reading, the questioner may meet someone of this type who becomes an influence. Alternatively, the inquirer may find a need to develop by expanding his or her knowledge of the world. So events are a visit from someone abroad, learning a foreign language, so they could definitely speak multiple languages.
Yep.
Planning a long trip, discovering a philosophy or religion, following a guru or mentor, involvement in politics. So now we're going to jump to our Jupiter placement here, which is in Virgo. So with that, it is, when this card appears in a reading, it may show that the questioner should not be afraid to ask for assistance with a project. So events are acting as secretary for a social or self-help group, reorganizing the methods and system of an organization, spending time helping someone with a learning difficulty.
Interesting.
I feel like they do, like, you might not realize it, but it's like they really like kids. I think they have kind of a soft spot for, like, working with children in some way, so they could even, like, volunteer in something.
They probably want children of their own.
Mm-hmm. And then we're going to jump to our Saturn in Scorpio. So with that, It is because of Scorpio's rulership of the 8th house, there is a promise of an inheritance of some kind when this card is drawn in a reading. Negatively, the inheritance card can indicate the capability of the questioner to harbor deep, brooding resentment when he or she feels some injustice has been perpetrated. So events are managing an inheritance, dealing with other people's property, selling on behalf of another person, an executor of a will, situations involving long and patient work. They're not afraid of long and patient work. So also we have, to describe them, we have Queenplex with complexity. So irritates, puzzles, mystifies, complicates, contradicts, clashes, misses the mark, requires translation, adjusts, makes curious, educates, and transforms. I feel like they really enjoy stuff like that. They enjoy puzzles. They enjoy things that mystify them and kind of give them a challenge to test their mettle, not just physically but also mentally and spiritually.
They play chess. Chess?
I hate chess. Oh, we got Leo with the lover. They're definitely a lover. Expressive, creative, loving, playful, warm, avert, self-confident, flirtatious, glowing, bedazzling, extroverted, vital, guileless, egotistical, juicy, proud, trusting, and excessive.
They make you nice and juicy.
We then also have Aries with the radical. So active, self-starting, daring, fierce, assertive, fiery, exhilarating, innocent, on a mission, bossy, driving, sparky, courageous, selfish, macho, impulsive, argumentative, and competitive.
They have tattoos. They most definitely have tattoos.
Oh, well, yeah.
And they probably drive a really nice car.
And yeah, they kind of have like a rebel kind of attitude about them. So yeah, they could have definitely longer hair or,
nice.
Have a very eccentric way of dressing. Like they like to stand out. And lastly, we got Sagittarius.
Oh my God.
We have all the fire signs here. So the Voyager. Enthusiastic, philosophical, independent, generous, ethical, seeking, happy-go-lucky, adventurous, honest, bareback, unbridled, experimental, lucky, boundless, traveling, risk-taking, tactless, and self-righteous. So let's also get some more details here. So let's see what comes up. Let's see. So we have here student.
Ooh.
So light attributes of humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. That's definitely that Sagittarius vibe, and also the hermit. So yeah, they could potentially still be a student themselves,
or they teach students.
Again, they teach children or something.
I feel like that I definitely get the vibe that you guys are from different like backgrounds, different cultures too.
We also have here the trickster.
So totally, yes.
Transcending conventions, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. Yeah, they like to be unpredictable. That's like, again, with so much of the fire sign energy here too. It's like they like to they're very fire and water dominant.
They're spontaneous.
Yeah, so they got that spontaneous about them. They like to play tricks and jokes and, again, tease and all this kind of stuff. They don't like stuffiness. They don't necessarily like tradition either. We also have the prostitute.
You're a slut for him.
Oh my God.
That reminds me of the song.
They're an accountant.
Oh my God. No. What's the name of the song? The freaking Queen Hervey.
What, Naughty Girl? Or?
Yes.
Yeah, Naughty Girl.
That is your theme song for this guy. Abso-fucking-lutely.
So accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. So yeah, they could have even struggled in their youth to like kind of survive and make it through. They could have even like done something like, I'm just going to call it out, and it's not for everybody, but they could have been like a dancer, like a male dancer or something.
Nice. That's why their body looks so good.
Yeah, think like Magic Mike.
Oh, fucking hell yeah. I'll shove some dollars in his pants.
Or, again, something like that where it's like they had to just like kind of do whatever they could work-wise in order to just make it. But through that, they learned a lot about their personal power. And, again, their spirit and what not to, compromise on when it came to their integrity. They're very wise. They're again, and it's surprising. You don't expect them.
Ass.
Well, that too. Exactly, because of their like persona, you don't expect them to like, because they're so like jokey, they're so fun, loving, and whatnot. It's like you don't expect them to drop like a really like wise ass fucking bomb of knowledge on you sometimes.
So
and you're just
sexy.
like, what the fuck? Where the fuck did that come from, dude?
That's not, though.
So
I like
next
it.
up,
I like it a lot.
we have indecision in the reverse here. So this can represent their energy as well as your energy
Look at
and
all
what
this
you
8
need.
energy.
Yeah, a lot of 8 energy. And I know for a fact for this to be in the reverse, it's actually a very good thing.
So yeah, with that one in reverse, it says, congratulations, this card reverse indicates a newfound freedom from indecision. You have either recently made or are just about to make an important decision. This is an important time, so bring clarity of consciousness to your new direction. The fragmented and confused energy that you've been sending out is gone. And now you can bring new structure to your plans and your life. You may not have known what to do in the past, but your soul has been trying to guide you all along. Open up to the potential of this time and create some clear and powerful intentions regarding your new choice. Then let yourself move forward with purpose and personal power.
Yeah, they really worked very hard on their personal power.
And by the way, as in the book, we were talking about this in the podcast we just posted, the June tarot reading that we did. I was discussing personal power because I'm reading a book right now about Persephone, and she's all about personal power. And I think a lot of people out there believe that personal power means that you lord your power over everybody else and you act like a dominant, like major freaking pushy kind of bossy kind of person. That's not what this is. Personal power is recognizing that you have free will, others have free will too, and you are not trying to control anyone else. You're just controlling your own shit. You learn how to say no. You learn how to set boundaries. You stand your ground. That's what it's about. It's not about being a asshole. You know what I mean? It's definitely about knowing, the limits of things.
And also, I feel like your soulmate is very good. They've learned a lot of lessons when it comes to how to be patient about things. So we also have here, arrow, surround yourself with protective energy. So surround yourself with positive people and experiences and environments that make you feel safe. Call on your angels, guides, and ancestors to bring you protection. So if you're in a situation where you feel that not everything is as clear as it seems, trust your intuition. There are energies in your current situation that aren't fully aligned with your intentions and goals or with kindness. Follow your intuition about whom to trust and what to trust. I feel like this goes back into their experience with kind of this, where it's like, well, again, when they were younger, they kind of had to suffer some burns when it came to knowing who to trust.
I also feel like when they were younger, they kind of might have been like the Ugly Duckling story, where it was like they're kind of scrawny and small and like shorter than everybody, and everybody like made fun of. Maybe they had like their teeth were kind of like grew in, and they were a little bit bigger than their mouth, or this is the awkward adolescent phases when we're growing, and maybe people made fun of them or something like this about their looks, and then all of a sudden they hit a growth spurt, and boy, did they hit a growth spurt, and they became fucking stunningly gorgeous and like big and beautiful and big everywhere. And people are like eating their words now.
So if you can take time to retreat or step out of this situation to assess what is going to be beneficial for you, do so. In any event, this is a time to call in the energy of protection and to place yourself in a space that feels safe.
So we also have humpback whale with singer. What was I saying?
I know.
I was legit saying there's something about, their voice, maybe they're literary, whatever. Look at that, you guys. They probably have a beautiful singing voice. Some of, they could be a singer in a band or something like this as well, okay? And that's the kind of, look at.
Yeah, it's totally the vibe.
Yeah. Okay, so sing healing songs for the world. Your inner navigation always guides you. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goal. Align with your purpose and the power in your soul. And with this, it says peaceful, gentle giant. Gentle giant.
Yeah.
Love, singer, teacher, record keeper, power of breath, protection, strength, traveler. Oh my fucking God. Telepathy, tireless. Yes.
They're definitely very psychic.
Humpbacks. Oh, they like to hump. Hump, hump, hump. Hump a death.
Hump a death. So maybe they really like that fucking movie.
I know, we keep bringing it up.
Yeah, so they might really like History of the World Part 1. Or
they
like
probably like Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
Okay. So humpbacks are the record keepers of the world. History of the world.
Yeah.
While people can connect to this ancient knowledge, but often do not understand where their knowledge comes from, humpbacks are the peaceful bards of the sea. The males sing long, complex ballads to court the female. They often sing in unison. Their soulful songs are frequencies that release tension and heal the ocean with love. Humpback is a great totem for the musician and composer. There it is. Singing is a powerful act that links us to our eternal soul. Music unlocks hidden joy, inner knowing, and healing. Humpbacks travel long distances using sonar to find their way. Sonar can travel hundreds of miles and is like asking a question and then waiting patiently for the answer to come back to you. I feel like you guys are already connecting.
Yeah, you're
Through
deep
telepathy
longing.
and just, through nocturnal, the 5D, dreams.
Dreams.
Yes.
You have the moon.
Yes. Oh my God. Which I have a tarot reading coming out about that, which is kind of going to be fun. So humpback mothers carefully tend their newborns. They gently push them to the surface to breathe and teach them the way to live. If humpback is your totem, you have strong protective forces around you. Your telepathy and knowing are strong. You will navigate the vast ocean of life with grace and sure success. Call upon humpback to teach you to unlock your many gifts and help you remember your history and place in the world. Now, there's a contrary with this, and these little things are questions for you guys to think about in order to correct and nail your energy into the same frequency as your soulmate. Are you asking questions and listening to the answers? Is life so noisy that you have lost the sound of your inner sonar? Find some silence. Do you need to put the world right once more? Pause, breathe deeply, and return to the water. I think these are hints as to how you meet this person as well. It's kind of creepy, but very cool. So then, here we go.
I can't believe
with
it.
some more water energy, we have Puffin with partnership.
Look at that. And what were we talking about? Like a deep longing for that soulmate partnership. They want that so bad because they look up to that.
Now listen to this description too. Accept yourself and your colorful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. That's everything we've been saying here, okay? And with this, it's companionship, colorful groups, loyalty, sensual, good parent, awkward, hard worker, and fun. See, awkward. They were very awkward when they were younger. Now they're just lit as fuck, okay? So puffins live in extremes of cold and seasonal darkness. There's another hint for you guys. Water, where it's cold and seasonal darkness. Now let's think about that, you guys. They mate for life. That's how this person is.
They want to mate for life.
Yep, they mate for life, and their love keeps them warm. Puffins, with their natural tuxedos, are dressed up in black and white with just a touch of color. They have a big attitude and are very expressive.
Yep, so
Puffins are caring and thoughtful parents. When they leave their young to go to sea, they leave their offspring with relatives for safety. Jesus, I'm even getting fucking military vibes here almost. Puffins are a clumsy creature on land, but are incredible dancers in the sea. Dancer? Oh my God. They belong to the water. Their lives are long, loving, and never lonely. Puffin people share these amazing qualities. They are fun, colorful, hardworking, loving, and full of contrasts. They like to dress up and strut their stuff. Absolutely. Puffin people can see the best qualities and beauty in everyone and never focus on their foibles. If Puffin is your totem, the desire for a lifelong mate will be strong. Partnership is important to you. Cooperation to care for the young is a dominant point of focus. Warm companionship is your aim, so remember to nurture your relationships. God, they make a great daddy.
Yep.
I want them to be my kid's daddy. I mean, Jesus Christ. That's fucking amazing. Oh, wow. They're a keeper, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Anyway, so the contrary to this card, like this one, which is going to give you some things to think about and to work on, is: are you waddling around? Regain elegance in a salt bath or relax by the sea. Have you lost contact with your home and family? Reconnect. Are you sensitive about your appearance and not focused on just how fun, beautiful, and deserving you are? Wait, what did I just say? Yes.
Yeah.
Did I say that correctly?
Yes, yes.
I was like, I had a thought come in really hard there. So it was like I was reading, but at the same time I was thinking. So avoid self-criticism, believe in yourself. Do you ever do that?
Yeah.
Where it's like you legit have like a whole conversation going on in your head while you're actually speaking to somebody else?
All the time. All
Yes.
the time.
Yes.
So moving into our love cards, and it's really interesting what we got coming out here. I feel like this, in some ways, a lot of these cards represent things that they've gone through more so in the past. But first up, we have mania. So this is representing obsessive love, madness, jealousy, anger, low self-esteem, fear of losing. I feel like when it comes to when they are in their partnership, they're gonna be so protective because it's like, again, they're somebody who wants to mate for life. So it's like when they commit, it's like that's gonna be their greatest fear, is losing the person they love. Also with all the fire energy here and the water energy, it's like
Extremely passionate.
Yeah, the jealousy, the anger, like that totally makes sense. And also the low self-esteem. I feel like that is something that's like deeply rooted, again, in their past when they were going through that awkward phase in their youth.
Yeah.
Because we also have, I think you're out of my league. Like even
He's so fucking hot, so perfect, so fucking cool, and just fun and funny and cute. But they're so like, oh, you're so much better than me. You know?
Yeah, like you are gonna be like so dumbfounded by that like thinking coming from them because of like how gorgeous they are, how like successful they are, and you're just gonna be like, why the fuck do you think you're out of my league?
I know.
Isn't it supposed to be the other way around?
But I think you're gonna find it way cute because I feel like they get all blushy and shit.
Yeah. Because that's like that shyness comes in. They definitely have that. Like that was like how they were when they were younger. They were the shy, awkward, quiet kid.
Around Nesta though, like straight up, like he like is like and like gets all like fucking.
Yeah, he's very intimidated by her, which is funny. I gotta read the new book. There's so much like extra information about him that came out in like the new book. I just haven't gotten into it yet. But anyway, we also have pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So I feel like they're extremely intuitive. We know this. They're good at listening to the intuition. But again, I feel like in the past, they weren't so good with that. They sometimes let red flags slip by. They've had some tough relationships in the past because we also had codependency come out. So addictions are affecting your romantic life. So
I feel like they probably in the past had a codependency, like a codependent kind of relationship. So now they're like extra freaking
cautious
and like always looking for red flags because they don't want to deal with that again.
Yeah, exactly. And again, they're looking for their soulmate. So it's like they don't want to make another mistake. Mm-hmm. And then for our heart card here, we have emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort our perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. So yeah, they could have been like fucked over by somebody in the past romantically who like they thought was their soulmate, they were so in love with, and then they just completely wrecked them. And so it's like, in some ways, they can almost question their own emotions and kind of like, you know, is what I'm feeling correct, or am I being blindsided again? Or, you know, there's definitely going to be a little bit of a challenge with that. But the correct decision will come about, of course. So with that said, I think that is everything we are seeing here for this pile. So if this resonated, please do leave a like, comment down below, turn on the bell notification so you do not miss when I upload next. And if you have any suggestions for like future fictional characters that you would like to see in this series, definitely do leave those down below. And if you want to get access to, again, that collective reading that me and my twin did for June, as well as a bunch of other podcast information and other fun goodies, definitely do check out the Patreon link down below. I also do want to mention that I'm going to be reopening my Redbubble shop here, and so I'll be uploading some new things there. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely do check out all of those links in the description. So thank you so much, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
All right, for those that picked the third pile, please do remember I'm joined by my Pisces twin for this reading. So wait, this is not pile 3. This is pile 4. Excuse me. Pile 4. With the snakeskin agates. So the Court of Thorn and Roses male that represents your soulmate, we have Tamlin.
God damn it.
So yes, I did include Tamlin because I included Tamlin, all right?
Been there, done that.
Don't hate me. I included Tamlin. But so with Tamlin being here, let's talk about him. So he could definitely be
an asshole.
Well, let's not focus so much on that.
No,
part.
Before you can find out he's an asshole, though, it's like he's actually rather sexy. So
exactly. So let's focus on the positives. But so representing your soulmate, so definitely could be a very strong, quiet type. And not very talkative and maybe not very outgoing. Sometimes like very much like kind of a hermit. Can definitely come off. He definitely comes off as like hard to approach initially. And
that's true, but he does have ulterior motives. There's always something cooking underneath that freaking dome of his.
Well, yeah. He has
an agenda.
Well, yeah, but he can show a lot of kindness. He can sometimes come off as like being a pacifist, but not really. He's not really a pacifist at all. But he can be very good at sympathizing with others. So he's got like kind of like an empathy that he can engage with, but again, he struggles with actually like he can like feel what other people are feeling, but he can't get past to the point of like actually engaging and approaching with the people. I know that doesn't sound like fantastic, but whatever. The bigger thing with Tamlin, especially representing your soulmate could definitely have a very short and explosive temper that can come out when he starts to get upsetty. He could also get pretty obsessive when he puts his mind to it. And that obsession can sometimes come from a place of fear of losing somebody.
I think he's a bit eccentric.
Yeah. Can definitely go into, like, that's definitely his dark side. His dark side can go into that place of obsession and sometimes anger. But when he's in his good phases, he can be that kind of person where it's like, they will only have eyes for you and they only let you into their circle. And so it's like you feel very special because of that. But there's also, kind of danger in that because it's like you become the center of their world. So again, it can go, it just depends on how healthy this archetype is in that point in their life. If they've learned about how to control their temper and their obsessions, or if they haven't. So that's just my word of caution with this character being the one to represent your soulmate. Just be aware of that. So let's get more information here. Okay. So
I think he has a really nice body. He's kind of tall. He's kind of lanky-ish, but he's still built. He's kind of elegant and graceful as well.
Oh, yeah, and that's part of the charm. This strong, silent type who's so charming, but then once you're, like, so, like, surprised that, wow, like, he's actually choosing to talk to me or give, like, their attention to you.
I think they're aggressive behind closed doors.
Oh,
with
fuck
you.
yeah.
They're like, fuck your brains out, okay? Seriously, they're way passionate that way, so...
And again, if you guys want us to do like a sexual version of this reading with these characters, definitely do comment down below and let us know. But for the tarot, we have the Page of Cups.
Oh yeah,
which
that
makes
crush.
That crush, yeah. So it's like, yeah, they can crush really hard, but they might like keep it to themselves for a while. And then there's also a sense of kind of immaturity when it comes to how they deal with their emotions, which is where like that short temper comes from. It's like they feel a lot, but they just are kind of bad. Like again, that maturity and controlling it isn't very there yet. We also have the World card.
Oh, shit. They've probably been all over the world.
And we have Temperance. I feel like this is like what they have to always kind of work at, is finding that balance within.
But this is crazy. We have Temperance and we have the World. When we have these two show up,
I mean, Sagittarius.
And they could be like, rather jet set. They could have traveled the freaking world as well. I feel like, honestly, that this person is an only child.
Oh, yeah.
Not only do I feel like that they're an only child, but I feel like that their parents dragged them all across the globe because of their work. So they've always been kind of like in their own little world, which is why they're kind of introverted and kind of shy-ish and standoffish. I feel like that they've always been the outsider and they're the stranger. constantly.
Yeah.
So, and this
And
is
that's-
what they've,
that's
kind of
put
why
'em-
they're the way they are,
Yeah.
because they have, always been the new kid their whole entire fucking life. And that is a very difficult thing. And
Yeah.
it's also a very lonely thing.
Yeah.
So I do feel like that they could
They are
possibly,
deeply lonely.
yeah, and that's why it's like they're so afraid of losing someone, because it's like when they give their heart away, I feel like that they are it's very intense when they do this.
And it's like when it comes to fights with they're gonna be very explosive, and it's like it's like because they're so emotional, it's like that is where it comes to a point where it's like when your guys are having a fight and like you say something because you're angry, it's like that will deeply wound them, and they might even have like trouble kind of letting it go.
That's a very only child trait too.
Yeah.
Because when people are only children, they don't have siblings in which to reference. See, you have your parents when you're an only child, and that's like who you look to for how to behave, how to live, what to do, blah blah blah. But when you have siblings, that's like separate. It's like separate from your parents. So you and your siblings have your own little world, and you're like, and like you learn from each other, and you help each other, and like you talk shit basically.
You have to learn
about your parents a little bit. Like, God, I hate it when they do that. Don't you? Yeah, they fucking, it's annoying. So you kind of bond, and you have like a separate kind of, and you learn how to function with younger people,
Your
as
peer
well.
group,
Yes,
in a way. It's like a already installed peer group. And because this person is most likely moved a lot because of whatever, they never had a constant peer group to kind of go off of.
So I feel
it's
like that they're very shy. They have.
But
a
they are
lonely side.
independent.
They are very independent. Yes.
which is a positive thing. This is definitely a very complicated person. Okay, that is your soulmate.
But guess what, you guys? And I'm just going to say it. For the people who are sneering and sticking your nose up at this, I just want to remind you, no one is perfect, including you. Okay? Mm-hmm. Nobody is. I'm not perfect. CR's not perfect. Nobody's fucking perfect. We all have our vices. We all have our dark side. We all have that shit. The people who walk around thinking that their fucking shit don't stink are the red flaggy of them all.
Yes.
Okay? Like,
which
legit.
I honestly don't feel like your soulmate. I feel like
they know it.
They're very, even though they could be at a very still like young stage, and also they're just very connected to like that inner child within. They're very aware of both their light and their dark.
Yeah, they are.
And in a lot of ways,
like they're comfortable with it.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, it's like they're not afraid of their own darkness. They've come to accept it and live with it because it's like, again, they're very much a person where it's like they're perfectly at home in their own company. But I do feel like they probably do have like one really close like best friend that they did meet during like their younger years when they traveled. They might not necessarily spend a lot of time physically with them because they could be in a different country or something, but they have found ways to find out.
They have a lot of acquaintances, but very few very close friends.
Yeah, and that's like how they view it. It's like they to get that mark of like, oh, you are my friend, you have to prove yourself to them hardcore, because they're just not going to accept anybody into their circle because they don't need to, because again, they're comfortable on their own. So it's like, unless you're, a really cool fucking person, I really resonate with you. It's like, I'll be fine with you. I'll converse with you. But it's like that closeness and like letting you into both my light and my darkness isn't going to happen, kind of thing. They're very wary of other people in other people's agenda because they have their own kind of agendas. So they know everybody has a fucking agenda.
They're very aware.
So anyway, moving on here, we also have Mars in Libra with choice. We then have Mercury in Scorpio with extremism.
Damn, that's appropriate.
Yep. And we have Mars in Scorpio with revenge.
This is crazy. We have 7, 8, 8. We've had a lot of Scorpio energy come up today. My God, Scorpio's dominating.
So, getting into this, let's talk about our...
Scorpio's dominating.
with the extremism. So, when this card is drawn, the questioner may face a total reappraisal of his or her life philosophy to overcome a seemingly unsolvable situation. The events are a violent verbal outburst.
No shit.
News of death, the solving of a great problem, discussion of a deep life problem, a drastic change of opinion. So it's like they're not afraid to go deep and like and that's part of why
they have Scorpio placements.
Yeah.
They got it.
Yeah. And that might be part of why they've struggled with like finding those really close connections, because it's like not enough people are like and it might sound a little bit like egotistical, but it's like on their level where it's like they want like super deep philosophical connection, like conversations, and to be challenged when it comes to their life philosophy and what other people's life philosophy. And a lot of people just don't want to talk about that. They're also not afraid to talk about topics like really dark, like death.
Yeah.
Again, they are very connected to that dark side of life, and they're not afraid to talk about it.
They're very gothy.
Yeah. So, moving along here, we have Mars. I mean, we got a lot of Mars here. So, aggression.
That's why I said Scorpio.
So, let's see. We're going to start off with 7. So, choice. So, it's, when this card appears, it always indicates a difficult choice to be made. So, the events are a deliberate change of direction, a business merger, choosing between 2 partners, or diverse business options.
Wow.
And then we have revenge. And it's interesting because it's like you have 2 people who are entwined there. So it could have been like, and that's part of maybe why when it comes romantically, they could be hesitant to jump into a relationship, because it was like a situation where they were, somebody who they were interested in chose the other person over them. And that like made them really pissy.
Yep. Oh, really pissy.
Really fucking pissy. Oh my God. I just realized. It fucking dawned on me. I'm like, oh yeah, that's gonna make them real fucking pissy. Oh shit. Like, they're gonna hold a fucking grudge when they get pissed
like,
off.
If they see the fucking person, they'll like straight up use words like, you fucking whore, and shit like this. Yeah.
Yeah. And like really like, like when they get pissed, like they really know how to cut a bitch. Like seriously. Like they just know how to fucking, with their words, they know how to fucking do it. And it's just like, God damn, ow.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I feel like I'm reading my ex right now so hard it's not even funny.
Anyway, so when this card is selected in reading, extreme action is at least a possibility in the current situation. As long as one is able to use this potential in a controlled way, the outcome can be positive. Exactly.
I think that they do have some control here.
Yeah,
we have
yeah.
the Temperance card. By the way, the Temperance card is the higher octave of the Magician card. So this person is very good with talking. They're very good with conversation.
And very good at manifesting.
And they can get whatever the fuck. But look at that face.
Yeah.
You can get anything you want with that face. It's like, my God.
I also feel like, how they learned this control over, again, all of their explosive shit is through worldly experience.
Yep, they got bitch slapped quite a few times, I'm sure.
So the events here are a phenomenal achievement, extreme effort in order to overcome some kind of problem, getting even with someone, and over-the-top reaction to a perceived hurt. They're very, like...
It's just, like, you can't make this shit
No, you can't.
Is this fucking real?
So yeah, that's another word of caution. It's like, when they perceive that they have been hurt, whether it's like they have, or again, they took something that maybe wasn't meant to be like something hurtful to them, but they can still take it like, that hurt me. They're going to be very much that, I'm going to go pout in the corner and I'm going to give you dirty looks.
Hello,
and then
Scorpio.
Yeah, they're very, like, they can be very over the top, dramatic. But anyway, let's see.
Leos can be like that too. Okay, now Leo with the fucking Scorpio fucking moon and Scorpio ascendant. Imagine that shit. Ouch. Ouch.
Okay.
Been there, done that.
Okay, let's see what else we got. We got Libra. Oh yeah, everything has to be pretty.
They are pretty though. I feel like they are pretty. Okay?
Aesthetics, everything in its right place. Harmonious, cooperative, balanced, socially aware, artistic, people-pleasing, fair, idealistic, aesthetic, choosy, aspirational, geometric, graceful, considerate, obliging, indecisive, judgmental, flattering. And we also have Virgo.
Freak.
With
in the sheets.
Methodological, aligned, ritualistic, efficient, insightful, healthy, dutiful, discerning, witchy, subtle, pure, refined, accurate, solitary, curatorial, critical, nervous, and perfectionist. Yes, they could definitely be a
definitely
perfectionist.
a perfectionist. Yes.
And then we have the North Node with destiny.
Oh my God.
So soul school, learning curve, fulfillment, purpose, maturing, experience, fruition, North Star, process, development, practice, path, beacon, blossoming, becoming, integrity, and journey. Maturing is definitely a big thing for them throughout their life. Like, that is part of their, like, soul growth, and their mission is, like, to learn to mature.
And also, I feel like you guys meeting is part of your destiny and theirs, because I feel like the two of you are going to learn a shit ton by being with one another. Like, you're going to learn a lot about yourself, and they're going to learn about a lot about themselves, and also about how to deal with other people.
Yeah. So we have the Advocate with light attributes of inspires you to put compassion into action.
Which part of that North Node destiny.
Yep. We also have Virgin, maintaining.
Virgin.
Oh my God. Maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit.
Virgo, the Virgin.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then we also have Prince.
I don't believe this shit. That is fucking funny.
You gotta read the first fucking book of Court of Thorn and Roses. Because if you do, this is so fucking funny.
This
is
just crazy.
Because this is like so how he comes off.
Oh,
like he's the prince.
Charming.
He's the prince, not riding on a white horse, riding in as a fucking beast, but that's beside the point. But
like
essentially,
I said, he's a beast in bed too.
So romantic charm and potential for power.
Potential?
Yeah, no,
more like power.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot of power. So next up, we have card 17 with action. Mm-hmm. And again, there we have those different the light and the dark.
Yep.
They're so connected.
Right there. It's also, reminds me of Cancer, the Chariot.
Cancers.
Cancers are highly fucking emotional.
Oh, yeah. And when they get pissed off, they get pissed off. Like, that guy's having some technical difficulties today in filming, but
seriously. So what I was saying, I was getting ready, we were talking about the Cancer thing, but we're getting into the action card here, which is energizing effort, willingness to work. I feel like this person is very willing to work and compromise with you, especially in a relationship, because they are way into you. I mean, straight up. So it says, this card tells you that now is the time for more aggressive forward movement. The galloping horses represent intentional and concerted action directed to your goals. This card upright indicates that you're on the right track, but your determined efforts must increase. The white horse is the interaction of spirit and thought, and the black is the outer work that still needs to be done. So continue taking action and trust your intuition. In time, you'll break through and see the results you've been working so hard to create.
So I just remember too, I'm pretty sure there's like a scene in the first book where they're riding on horses.
Yeah, and does he ride a white horse?
Yeah, I think he actually fucking does.
Yes.
So maybe your soulmate could literally have horses. Also, this just came to mind, mattering on how old your soulmate is, if they are younger, like I'm saying maybe in their 20s, don't be surprised if maybe they are a virgin still. As weird as that might sound, it happens more often than I think people realize, especially nowadays.
I've met many. Yes.
Yeah.
That are, young and still when I say young, I mean in their 20s, because to me that is young.
Yeah. It is. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Is.
People who think that they're 25 and they're old, I want to slap the shit out of you when you say that.
I am 25 and I want to fucking slap the shit out of people who say that they're too young.
It's so not old, okay?
I mean, too old.
Old is a state of mind. Like, legit, I have met people who are like in their fucking 60s and they look really fucking good. And when I found out that they were 60, I was shitting my pants, because there's no way in fucking hell, because they were their body was so good and their face was nice and they like legit have really good DNA, I guess. But don't get hung up on fucking age groups. I hate that shit. And you want to be single for the rest of your life? Go ahead, get hung up on shit like that.
Yeah, seriously. So next up, we have the Peacekeeper with let go of the need to be right. I feel like, especially with like the only child aspect of your soulmate here, it's like, yeah, this could be sometimes a challenge with them. It's like, especially when they were younger, they could have had that mindset where like, oh, I'm right. and kind of have disagreements with
That's
people.
an only child for you, as we said.
So the message here is choose peace and happiness over the need to be right. Rather than trying to prove a point, save your energy for what's important. Because again, they can get so emotionally heated, like they're trying to prove their point, and they're trying to like hammering it in, and sometimes it's just like, no, just stop. You need to fucking chill the fuck out. So the extended message here is, you may be feeling on edge due to a stressful situation. There's a warrior within you that wants to rise up, prove your point, and get the truth across. But you're being reminded by ancestor wisdom that truth will always be revealed in the end. It's more important at this time to avoid arguments or heated discussions where you know you'll be fighting a losing battle. There is much more power in choosing to move forward from a higher perspective. This will allow you to connect deeply to the guidance within and the intuition that will lead you towards the healing of the whole situation, along with any wounds it may have inflicted on you. Choose peace. You know it's calling you. It's so crazy. It's talking about rising up from a higher perspective. And you got eagle.
Oh my
See
God.
from a higher perspective.
That's fucking wild.
So look at things from a different angle. Fly higher and see new possibilities. Eagle medicine swirls around you, encouraging you to recognize that your new views or vision may be limited at this time. Is there a chance that your own desperation, needs, or ego could be blocking you from seeing the potential in your current situation? If there are other people involved, you are being guided to see things from everyone's perspective. If you're feeling the need for something to change, how can you take the higher road? Know that if you have intentions that aren't for the highest good, it will only hold you back. Eagle medicine can help you change this. The eagle brings the energy of healing and love directly from the heart of Father Sky and invites you to do all things from a place of love.
Very interesting. And then we have squirrel. I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut. Okay, anyways, always prepared, okay? So it says, you are the expert of hard work and hard play. Your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Don't let life's distractions take you off course. Make a plan for the future and life will give you all you need. Playful, practical, prepared, problem solver, planner, fun, social, high energy, resourceful, communicator, and entertainer. I feel like this is kind of like their qualities. They do have these qualities, most definitely. So squirrels plan ahead, store for the future, and are always prepared. They scurry around in the fall, energetically collecting nuts, chattering enthusiastically, and still make time to play. Or in the summer, they get up on your bird feeders, chew the plastic off, and fucking goddamn just fucking destroy shit. Okay, anyway, I just had to say that. Okay. Squirrels know how to work hard and play hard. While squirrels hide more nuts than they find, they know that immediate rewards for their actions are not the ultimate goal. They reap what they sow. Holy shit. And sometimes it is lifetimes later. When a buried acorn becomes a mighty oak. So this is what the genius is about squirrels, is everybody thinks that they're stupid because they bury all these nuts. And they think, oh, they're dumb, haha, they can't find them. No, they are perfect.
They're seeding the forest.
They're fucking creating new life, you guys. Don't ever see, this is all about perspectives and how you view things. Okay, some people are, oh, it's just a dumb rodent. No, trust me, I've been observing squirrels now, especially like over the past couple weeks, because there's a feeder right off my deck, and watching them work. They are so crafty. They are so fucking smart, and they are always, they like plan and they plot. And I'm not even kidding you, okay? It's crazy.
Seriously, I watched the squirrel.
They have an agenda.
I literally watched the squirrel. We had the bird feeder hanging from a tree by a rope. I literally watched the squirrel from the top of the tree branch chew through the rope to make the fucking bird feeder drop to the ground.
Yep.
It was unbelievable.
They're very smart, okay? So anyways, when squirrel shows up, it may be a reminder to slow down and focus, review your goals, and get back on track. Squirrel's arrival could be telling you to balance, temperance, Balance your life with play, work, friends, and rest. If squirrel is your totem, know that you will overcome all obstacles with your resourceful nature. Be assured that your preparedness and planning creates a life of good karma. You will always have what really matters, which is wealth of joy, love, home, and abundance. So the contrary to this card, some questions that you need to think about in, attuning your energy and things like this are: have you become stuck because of hoarding? Clear clutter and watch blessings flow. Have you been going nuts, running around in circles? Make a plan. And is your life missing something? Review your balance of work, play, rest, and love.
Exactly. So now moving into our love cards here. So first up, we have acts of service. So
which kind of like he is like that. Even
he does
like
a lot
later
for his
on,
people.
even after they're like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like he still comes into her aid and protects her no matter fucking what.
Yeah, and also
even when she's with somebody else.
Yeah, and not to mention, even when it comes to like the people in his kingdom, we're talking about the character here, but this still represents your soulmate. Even in his kingdom with his people, he will do and sacrifice whatever in order what he perceives to be protecting them. So that's definitely a big thing. So your soulmate could definitely do a lot of acts of service in order to show you that they love you, because they might not always be the most vocal about like telling you that. So we also have here, I am confused, and I heard something about you. So maybe that's
what they're confused about.
Yeah. Also, I feel like that's something that your kind of reaction to them is going to be, because you're going to hear about some shit about them, but then how they act towards you is like so different and contrary to what you've heard other people. Because again, they're very cold and like not easy to approach for other people, but they let you approach them. They're talkative to you, and you're just like so confused of why people are saying this about you, and then you find out a little bit more about them, and that's actually a key here, because we literally have get to know each other.
Oh my god.
As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So yeah, it's like they're gonna be very slow to like open up to you, but they will. We also have, and this is so funny, we got free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life.
Oh, wow.
And on top of that, we got wedding.
Oh my god, this is so fucking crazy. What the fuck?
The irony.
Oh my
The irony is real. The irony is fucking real. Just please go read the books.
God, please don't dress up like a cupcake on your wedding.
Oh God, no. Oh my God. Oh wow. I don't even know what else to say on that. It's just like
this is obviously the person you end up marrying. Okay.
Yeah, clearly.
Now,
and they want marriage.
And it says time to take back control of your life. I feel like, believe it or not, as much
Oh
as...
my God, that makes so much sense actually.
What?
Because if you think about the start of the book, it's like he is under the control of fucking bitch face.
Yes, I hate
the whole entire court.
Hate that cunt.
All of them are under the control of her. So it could even be like for your soulmate, it's like at a certain point in their life, they were very much like under the thumb of somebody else, and they had to find how to break free. Mm-hmm. So then, of course, we have your heart card, which is forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. There's a higher octave of the magician coming through.
Yep.
So obviously a big thing for them, for your soulmate, is learning forgiveness. And especially because when you guys get so heated, when you guys have your own arguments, you quickly need to remedy that through forgiving each other and apologizing, and do not let that shit fester, because it's not good.
And I'm going to say this too, and I'm just going to remind, like as I was saying, that nobody's perfect. Trust me. Even if you have a relationship where it's like 99% or 98% of the time you get along like fucking splendidly with your mate, there are couples where it's like when you get into an argument, it's like fucking World War III, okay? I speak from experience on this one. And that's why I can say it. It's like, it's up to you to learn how to get past things, say sorry, all that other kind of shit.
And that's part of really getting to know each
Yes,
other
and
before especially you jump into
knowing
marriage.
your fucking limits, knowing your boundaries, like boundaries, and like you can tell, like especially after you've lived with somebody for fucking decades, it's like you can, like, you just know, it's like, here comes that trigger, here it comes, they're gonna fucking lose their fucking mind, they're gonna start doing, there's like a face or something that they make, and it's like you just know it's gonna be bad, so you just better clear the room. Just like if it starts to get heated, the best thing to do is just walk the fuck away for a while, let people cool off, and just do their thing, and then fucking everything will be okay. Now, in the story, the way this guy is not exactly, it's not pleasant, okay?
No.
And there are some things about him that are very fucking not good for any
And he
female.
makes some really dumb fucking decisions.
But we're not saying that your person is exactly like
No,
that,
again,
okay?
we're looking at these characters as an archetype. So again, we're looking at those main archetypal qualities to this character, to help, again, flesh out a little bit about your person. So yeah,
I feel like when you get to know each other, it's like actually it's very freeing, because you can actually be yourself with this person, because you both, I feel like, are wounded in the similar ways.
and you're both probably loners too.
Yeah, so it is kind of freeing that way. And while neither of you are perfect, I feel like you have quirks and stuff that the other find is very charming.
And it could be that you guys actually balance each other out.
Exactly. There you have it. Exactly. That's so fucking true. Abso-fucking-lutely. Completely.
So with that said, I think that's everything we're seeing here in this pile. So if this resonated, if you enjoyed it, please do comment down below. Make sure you turn on the bell notification so you do not miss when I upload next. And of course, if you would like to check out that collective June reading that me and my Pisces twin did, definitely do jump onto that Patreon link down below. I also want to mention that I am bringing back my Redbubble shop. So if you guys want to look for some merch and whatnot, and you have any suggestions for that, definitely do check out all those links down below. So with that said, we will see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
All right, for those that picked the fifth and final pile, please do remember I'm joined by my Pisces twin for this reading. And so let's go ahead and see which Accord Roses male represents your soulmate. And what we have for you guys is Azriel.
Oh God, I fucking
or Az.
love him.
So obviously with him, you know, he is an extremely loyal, definitely has a very mysterious air about him. You know, he might be more of like a silent type, kind of introverted, can be very definitely like cool and cold towards other people. But when it comes to his family and like who he cares about, he's very warm. You will definitely, your soulmate is somebody you're not going to be able to read. Because they just know how to control their face, but they're also, and this is part of their power.
Very skilled.
Yes, they're very empathetic, and they know what others is feeling, because they know how to read people so well, which is why they know how to hide what is happening behind. They could potentially be. Sometimes they can be obsessive, but like but just like more so in a way of like being very passionate about.
They're extremely masculine. But without being obnoxious about it.
Yeah. They're very, they like to fly under the radar.
Yep.
Is how their vibe is. So it's like say it's like a busy, like party, or like there's just a bunch of people in a room. It's like they would be off in the corner and you wouldn't even realize they're there. They're almost like a piece of furniture until you like realize they're there and you're like, holy shit. They also could be like really good on literally sneaking up on people. It's like, and they're not even trying. They just like, what they do is just effortless in that regard. So let's go ahead and get more details about your soulmate here with the tarot and some other cards. So, oh boy, we got some fun ones. We got the devil. Sly like the devil. We also have
like
the
devil.
Protector, which is the Empress.
That's so freaking true.
And we have the Two of Pentacles.
Yep.
So again, they
lead a double life.
That, and then also when they get really focused on their goals, it's like, yes, they know how to properly balance out their attentions and their goals, and they will put all their energy they don't like expend their energy into a bunch of unnecessary bullshit. It's like they focus on their main goals and their main purpose, which is what makes them so efficient. Again, they're very, very efficient overall. They're also very creative. They're very passionate.
Very sensual.
And yeah, they can be extremely like fertile when it comes to their ideas and their goals.
Seductive.
And their convictions.
I feel like they're seductive as hell because the devil is definitely seductive.
Yeah, for sure. And so we also have here we got Saturn in Pisces with loss.
That's fucking Mount Vernon right there.
And we have Jupiter in Pisces with seduction. So they could definitely have...
I told you. Very seductive. There we go.
They could have some strong Pisces placements.
So in Capricorn as well. And as well as Venus placements. Like their Venus placement is like way powerful. And like I feel like that they're very, very soft-spoken and sexy, but they're deadly. Like legit, just like, oh my God.
So, with the loss card, this is talking about when this card is chosen in a reading, indicates a loss of some kind, but it may be worth thinking about what is really concerned here. Could it be that the inquirer is really worrying about someone else's loss, not their own? So they definitely are very, again, with those people that they're very close to, it's like they're very nurturing. They can even have like kind of this motherly aspect to like their friend group where they're watching out for everybody, even if they're not like, and they never look for praise. I feel like they're never looking for that kind of like validation or something. Like if they do something that's like helpful or whatnot, it's like they don't need to be fawned over. It's like they're very like, no, like it was no big deal. You know, ignore me kind of fucking vibe. But the particular events here are a feeling of loss, situations involving hospitals or health clinics, so they can even work in the health field. We have work in the field of complementary therapies, counseling others, developing interest in the occult, which would make sense that they would do something like that.
Wow.
Because, again, they're very empathetic. They understand how other people think and what they feel. They pick up on that. So going into something like the healing arts would make sense for them. And then, of course, we have that...
and they could be very interested in the occult. Okay, they could be practicing magic even, you know? It's like, that's just... They're very interesting fellow.
So with the seduction card, this card is a warning that everything may not be as it appears and that someone is being seduced for alternative motives. You know, the overall archetype with Azrael is that he is the spy master.
He is.
And
he is the truth teller. He has the truth teller or whatever.
Yeah, the sword.
Yeah, which it's actually like a dagger.
Yeah.
And he knows how to work it to fucking get what he needs out of somebody. He is very much the spy, the James Bond type, you know.
Yeah, he hides in the shadows. He becomes that's part of his powers. It has to do with the shadows. So, particular events with the seduction card are becoming the victim of a hard luck story, sacrificing a great deal for someone who is loved. So, yeah, they're willing to sacrifice anything for the person that they love. Having the intuition and ability to sense what another person wants.
It's so him.
They're so good at sensing what people want and how they think. So, next up we have conjunction with empowerment. So, combines with, enhances, strengthens, joins forces, activates, intensifies, authorizes, allies with, concentrates, saturates, overrides, overwhelms. I feel like they're very comfortable, again, being in that background position where they're supporting somebody else who's in the limelight. So again, they could make a very good bodyguard as well.
Oh yeah.
Because
that's
again,
kind of what he is.
Yes, it is. But yeah, I feel like they're very good at like supporting other people and being like a team player, which is kind of like a Piscean trait as well. We also have the 7th house with relating.
Oh wow.
Again, they're very good at relating to people. Partners, companionship, best friends, marriage, relationships, opposition, equilibrium, sharing, communion, justice, balance, and social awareness.
You know, I have to mention too, this is kind of interesting because it's talking about partnership, companionship, you know, social awareness. with the Two of Pentacles in a career reading, this could show somebody who is an entertainer or an actor or anything like this. And kind of that is, like, he is a bit of a chameleon, and he can change and adapt to whatever. And that's basically what an actor or an actress does, is they definitely, you know, can...
They're taking on a role.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's kind of what he does. So this person could actually work in the freaking entertainment industry. They could even be in the business aspect of things of that. And they, like, with the Empress kind of energy, we're here, it's the protector. We are looking at somebody who is extremely abundant, very fertile, very, very sensual, very sexual, always gets what they want, but they do it with a loving hand. It's, you know, sometimes
they are very good manipulator.
Sometimes the way that I would describe this person is the iron fist in a velvet glove. You know, it's kind of like that. You know, it's like they can get what they want, however, by whatever means necessary, but they usually approach it in that kind of a way.
Also, don't be surprised for some of you when it comes to your soulmate, if there's something unique about their hands, or they could even have scars.
I just said glove, and the iron fist in a velvet glove.
Well, because this particular character, he has like scars from burning on his hands because of his past.
Yes, which was not a pleasant one.
No. So, and then we have Taurus, the bombshell.
God. And you know, this is Venus energy. And Venus rules Libra and Taurus.
Mm-hmm. So, earthy, practical, steadfast, productive, fertile, tactile, ample, worthy, ripe, pleasure-seeking, sensuous, blooming, solid, possessive, tenacious, loyal, patient, and deliberate.
This guy is way fucking horny, too. Why? We have the devil, horns, and we have Taurus, horns. They're horny, okay? They are very, very freaking all about pleasing you in the bedroom. No doubt about it. Oh, my fucking God.
So, we also have here... God.
They are a god.
Benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. So they're very compassionate to people.
We have God and the devil. That's so funny. No, it's like, that reminds me of the Neon Hitch song. Be my God.
Yeah. We also have Mother, with nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy, and giving birth to life. And there's the Empress energy coming back out again. And on top of that, you have Queen. Attributes of radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. They're such a protector, and a nurturer. But they have a lot of fucking power.
They could be very close to their mother as well.
And
they treat you like a queen, you know? So, and I was sitting there saying all this stuff about, you know, horny sex and stuff. And legit, we have card 36 with the second chakra with this Archangel Ariel. And what's so funny about this is the sacral chakra. That is your sexual center. That is your creative center too, because the two go hand in hand. You can't separate the two. Somebody who is very sexual is usually pretty fucking creative, and vice versa. So
obviously for you guys, you need to engage more with your own sacred second chakra, your sacral chakra, and activate that, especially because they're going to have that lit up.
Oh my God.
Especially with the devil being here.
Yes. So intimacy and creativity, that's what this is all about. You need to get in touch and work with your own sexuality and your own intimacy, because why do I feel like some of the people who are watching this were taught that this is wrong or dirty, and I can't be a sexual being or else I'm a slut.
Sin.
You're a slut.
The devil's coming to get you.
Yeah, well, this devil can come get me whenever he wants, honey, because he is fine as fuck, okay? So anyways, the second chakra vibrates in the energy of the beautiful Archangel or Angel Ariel. She sends a bright orange energy promoting inspired creativity and greater comfort with intimacy. When this card appears upright, it's urging you to get creative. Let yourself reach out into unexplored areas of self-expression and new projects that may have more creative approach. This is also time when the energies of closeness with others and nurturing yourself can flow more freely. You can now open yourself to the emotional intimacy that may be coming your way. So nurture yourself and be ready to receive the affection and camaraderie of the resonant souls around you.
Exactly.
Interesting stuff.
And then next up, we got Guardian Angel. You are not alone. And that's how I feel like they are. They are like a guardian angel. They're really watching out for they would watch out for you, for other people. It's like they just have that vibe about them. So watch for signs and reminders from your angels and loved ones that they are close by. Remember, they are working hard to guide you. Everyone has a guardian angel who has been with them in their past lifetimes and will be there in all the lifetimes to come. So know that you are never alone and never will be alone. This card is a huge reminder that there's always help and support available to you. Your guardian angel is with you now and is here to aid you in all of your endeavors. In order to fully receive their support, first ask for it, then surrender to the process. Know that whatever unfolds will be for your highest good.
Interesting. And then we have, are you ready for this? We have Hawk with Messenger. And it says, Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights.
So clearly, your spirit guides are sending you a lot of signs and synchronicity in regards to guiding you to your soulmate.
So it says courage, swiftness, clear sight, focus, intensity, premonition, fidelity, higher purpose, discernment, messages from spirit. The hawk, with its extraordinary vision and high vantage point, has the ability to see what others cannot. And that's so him.
Yep.
He's got eyes like a hawk, too. So hawks are associated with the realms of the ancient gods. Jupiter and Mercury both had Hawk as their ally. Hawk is often called messenger of the gods. To see Hawk or hear his shrill cry can be a warning to be more aware. Look to all the details and omens and to pause and reflect on what may be amiss. Hawks mate for life, and the pair raises their young in a strong, secure nest. Hawks look out for family. God, this is so him. Oh my God. When embroiled in family issues, take flight and breathe in the fresh air. Too much emotion can cloud Hawk's clear vision. Hawk always means spirit is at hand. Hawk people benefit from focus and sharp observation to guide them to best outcome. They believe in a bright future because they soar above others and see the way to success in all ventures. Optimism is one of Hawk's virtues. If Hawk calls you, it may be wise to spend some time studying the currents of life and follow where they lead. The wind with its power and direction will be your guide. You can fly and reach the sky. You can fly and reach the sky. You are stronger than you think, braver than you believe, and wiser than you know.
Wow.
So the contrary with this, things you guys should need to question and look at within yourselves and ask yourselves are, have you lost your bird's eye view? Are you missing the obvious? Is it time to get more focused on family or goals? Are you listening to the messengers of the gods? Or has emotion clouded your perception?
It's so reiterating that. So moving into our love messages here. So we have Eros coming out as their main love language. So obviously we're talking about sexual or passionate love, physical love, romantic love. They are so about that shit.
Yep.
They're so connected to their sexual aspects. And I mean, that makes complete sense with having both of those out. And they're not afraid to show it.
What's his phone number?
We also have, I need to feel in control.
Dominant.
Yeah, definitely dominant. And also, again, that's like part of how they like to, they like to kind of control the situation and like the environment. Because again, that kind of goes back into that bodyguard kind of mentality where it's like they want to know every exit and they want to know who's in the room and what their story is, and like they're very protective in that way. We also have, and this is so fucking funny, especially if you know this character, you actually read the books. We got Untitled Love.
Oh my God. So funny. Holy shit.
There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going.
No.
So definitely for them, they fell hard for somebody, but they never returned their feelings. And so they can kind of be a little pessimistic, I feel like, when it comes to love in some ways, because they had that unrequited love. And also it could be that when they meet you, they don't tell you. They don't tell you that they like you. They're kind of like holding it back, and they're just like constantly watching you. And you're just like, what the fuck is your deal, dude? And we also have, but once they do open up,
Looks
we
like
got
Cassian.
Yeah, it does look like fucking Cassian. They got a lot of fucking passion. Obviously, you got arrows there. So allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So definitely, again, this is not a sexual reading, but if you guys want a sexual reading version of this kind of idea, definitely do sound off in the comments. But I just gotta say, when it does come to that sexual aspect with this person, it's going to be off the fucking charts.
Oh, God.
Because they are so fucking passionate.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
And
my mouth watered.
so bad. And lastly, we have your heart card here, which is balance.
Oh my God.
Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges.
That's so true, too.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Oh, he is so... he's like a legit, like, one of my favorite fucking characters.
Yeah.
I fucking totally lust for him. And it's so funny because I've seen interviews, like, with the author of the book about, like, which characters she would totally go out with. And she's like, she picks Cassian. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
she loves Cassian.
I'm like, why? And I'm like, no, Az. And it's like somebody
A lot
said
of
that.
people-
Everybody's scared of Az. I'm like, why? He's hot.
There's
as
actually a lot of people who
fuck.
really like Az.
Oh my God. He's delicious. I mean,
It's very funny. So anyway, that is everything we're seeing here for your piles. If this resonated, please do leave a like, comment down below. And of course, if you want to see more exclusive content, especially like the June collective reading that me and my Pisces twin did, do check out that Patreon link down below because that's going to give you access to all kinds of extra fun goodies. And I also want to mention that I am bringing back my Redbubble shop. So if you guys are interested in checking out my artwork and maybe getting some merch with it on stuff, definitely do check out that link down below as well. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading and we will see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.